In our increasingly chaotic world, the allure of serenity is undeniable. And few spaces embody serenity as powerfully as the Japanese Zen garden. Imagine a space of perfect stillness, where the mind can quiet and worries fade. This is the promise they offer. These carefully crafted landscapes, seemingly simple on the surface, have captivated people globally. We are drawn to their tranquility in our busy lives, seeking a refuge, a place to breathe. But a Zen garden is more than just a pretty garden. It's a deliberate creation, designed to encourage meditation and introspection. Think of it as a landscape for the mind, using elements like rocks, gravel, moss, and thoughtfully placed plants to construct a world within a world, fostering inner peace. This video essay will guide you through the captivating world of Japanese Zen garden design, exploring distinct ideas that reveal the secrets to their tranquil beauty. We will uncover the profound impact of embracing utter simplicity, the evocative language of dry landscapes crafted from stone and raked gravel, and the art of seamlessly blending with the surrounding natural environment. Each of these design approaches offers a unique pathway to creating your own space of Zen-inspired tranquility. Kanso, in essence, speaks to the power of simplicity. It is a principle deeply rooted in Zen aesthetics, advocating for plainness and the beauty found in the unadorned. Imagine stripping away the unnecessary, reducing elements to their most fundamental forms, and finding elegance in restraint. This isn't about barrenness or lack, but rather a conscious choice to eliminate clutter, both physical and visual, to allow the essential to truly resonate. In the context of a Zen garden, Kanso becomes the guiding force behind creating spaces that are not just visually uncluttered, but also mentally uncluttered, fostering a sense of calm and focused attention. One of the most striking manifestations of Kanso in Zen garden design is the deliberate limitation of the plant palette. Where other garden styles might celebrate a riot of colors and a diversity of species, the Zen garden, guided by Kanso, often embraces remarkable botanical restraint. You might find gardens where moss is the dominant ground cover, its velvety green expanse providing a unified carpet of texture and color. Perhaps a single type of evergreen shrub or a solitary, carefully chosen tree stands as a focal point, its form and presence amplified by the surrounding simplicity. This limited palette isn't about botanical poverty. It is about intentionality. By minimizing the variety of plants, the garden directs our attention to the subtle nuances of form, texture, and shade within the limited choices, enhancing our appreciation for the beauty of each element. Just as crucial as the physical elements in a Kanso-inspired Zen garden is the concept of negative space, often referred to in Japanese aesthetics as ma. This isn't simply about empty areas. It is about understanding that the spaces between elements are as vital as the elements themselves. In a Zen garden, expanses of raked gravel, open views, and areas left deliberately unplanted are not voids to be filled, but rather active components of the design. These negative spaces provide visual breathing room, preventing the eye from being overwhelmed and allowing the mind to wander and rest. Ma allows the individual elements, rocks, plants, and even the garden structures themselves, to stand out and be appreciated in their own right, unburdened by excessive visual competition. Furthermore, the principle of Kanso often leads to the adoption of a highly restrained, almost monochromatic, color scheme within the Zen garden. Think of the prevalent use of greens in varying shades, from the deep emerald of moss to the muted tones of evergreen foliage. Complementing these greens are the earthy browns of stone and wood, and the cool grays of gravel and rock formations. Bright, vibrant colors are consciously avoided as they can be visually stimulating and potentially distracting, working against the very tranquility the Zen garden aims to cultivate. This limited color palette contributes significantly to the overall sense of calm and focus, reinforcing the feeling of peaceful contemplation and quietude. To truly grasp the impact of Kanso, one only needs to visualize or, ideally, experience Zen gardens that powerfully embody this philosophy. Imagine gardens where the majority of the space is dedicated to meticulously raked gravel, punctuated by strategically placed rock groupings that stand as silent, powerful forms against the expanse. Picture the subtle textures of moss gardens, where gentle undulations of green create a living carpet of tranquility. These are spaces where the absence of visual noise allows the mind to quiet, where the beauty of simple forms becomes profoundly resonant, and where the essence of peace is found not in abundance, but in carefully curated and meaningful reduction. In essence, Kanso guides the creation of Zen gardens that are sanctuaries of calm, achieved through the artful and intentional elimination of the superfluous, leaving only the essential elements to speak volumes. Embracing Kanso in Zen garden design is about more than just aesthetics. It is about embodying a philosophical approach to life. It's about recognizing the inherent beauty in simplicity, finding richness in restraint, and understanding that true tranquility often emerges from the absence of excess. By focusing on the essential, eliminating the non-essential, and valuing negative space as much as the physical elements, Kanso provides a powerful framework for creating Zen gardens that are not only visually harmonious but also deeply conducive to meditation, introspection, and the cultivation of inner peace. It is through this mindful application of simplicity that the Zen garden transcends mere landscape design and becomes a true sanctuary for the soul. Karesansui is perhaps the most iconic representation of the Zen garden aesthetic, instantly recognizable for its stark beauty and profound symbolism. Unlike gardens that feature ponds, streams, or waterfalls, Karesansui gardens forego real water entirely. Instead, they masterfully employ rocks and meticulously raked gravel to evoke the essence of water and other natural landscapes in a highly abstract and suggestive manner. This technique transcends mere imitation. It enters the realm of symbolic representation, inviting viewers to engage their imagination and contemplation to complete the landscape within their own minds. At the heart of Karesansui design lies the deliberate and symbolic arrangement of rocks. These are not simply decorative stones. They are carefully selected and strategically positioned to represent a variety of natural forms, most notably mountains and islands rising from a sea. Imagine craggy, upright rocks standing in for majestic mountain peaks, or flatter, lower groupings suggesting islands dotting a tranquil ocean. The arrangement is never arbitrary. It is often guided by principles of asymmetry and the creation of triads, groups of 3 rocks, a concept imbued with significance in Zen Buddhism. The choice of rock itself is also crucial. Their texture, shape, and even color contribute to the overall symbolic narrative being constructed. Each rock, in its placement and form, becomes a miniature sculpture, contributing to the larger tableau of the dry landscape. Complementing the rocks, and perhaps the most defining element of Karesansui, is the expanse of raked gravel. This meticulously groomed surface represents water. Through the artful technique of raking, the gravel is transformed into a dynamic surface that suggests the movement, stillness, and rhythm of water without a single drop being present. Straight, parallel lines might represent the calm surface of a still pond, while swirling, curved patterns can evoke the ebb and flow of ocean waves or the ripples of a gentle stream. The act of raking itself is also deeply meditative and integral to maintaining the garden's pristine appearance and symbolic potency. The precision of the raking, the crispness of the lines, and the uniformity of the surface all contribute to the overall feeling of order and tranquility that Karesansui gardens aim to inspire. Furthermore, Karesansui gardens often subtly incorporate moss as another layer of symbolic representation and textural richness. Patches of moss, allowed to grow naturally amongst the rocks or at the garden's edges, can represent ground cover or even distant forests. More significantly, moss introduces a vital element of time and age into the otherwise stark landscape. Its slow, persistent growth speaks of the enduring nature of time, the cycles of nature, and the quiet persistence of life even in seemingly barren environments. The soft, velvety texture of moss provides a gentle contrast to the harder surfaces of rock and gravel, adding depth and visual interest while reinforcing the sense of a miniature, yet complete, natural world contained within the garden's boundaries. To truly appreciate the mastery of Karesansui, one must consider iconic examples such as the Ryoan-ji Garden in Kyoto. Here, 15 carefully placed rocks, arranged in groupings on a bed of raked gravel, within a rectangular enclosure, have captivated and mystified viewers for centuries. There are no explicit representations, no overt depictions of specific landscapes. Instead, Ryoan-ji and other Karesansui gardens offer abstract compositions that invite viewers to project their own interpretations and engage in personal contemplation. The power of these gardens lies not in literal imitation but in their ability to stimulate the imagination and evoke a profound sense of peace and introspection through carefully orchestrated symbolism. Mastering the art of Karesansui is about understanding and harnessing the power of symbolic representation in landscape design. It's about creating spaces that are not merely visually pleasing, but intellectually and spiritually engaging. Through the strategic use of rocks, gravel, moss, and the artistry of raking, Karesansui gardens offer a unique form of landscape expression. They invite us to look beyond the surface, to engage with the abstract, and to find within these dry landscapes a profound connection to nature, tranquility, and the depths of our own inner landscape. Karesansui is a testament to the power of suggestion, proving that less can indeed be more, and that true beauty can reside in the carefully considered absence of the explicit. Shizen speaks to the essence of naturalness itself, encouraging spontaneity and an appreciation for the inherent beauty found in the forms and processes of the natural world. It is about embracing the unforced, the organic, and the authentic, rather than striving for artificial perfection or rigid control. Complementing Shizen is Shakkei, the ingenious technique of borrowed scenery. Shakkei goes beyond the garden's immediate boundaries, intentionally incorporating elements from the surrounding landscape. Distant mountains, mature trees, or even nearby buildings, into the garden's overall composition. Together, Shizen and Shakkei aim to create gardens that feel seamlessly integrated with their wider environment, blurring the lines between the crafted space and the embracing natural world. The core principle of Shakkei, or borrowed scenery, lies in the clever incorporation of existing landscape features that lie outside the garden's defined borders. Imagine a garden deliberately positioned to frame a view of a distant mountain range, making the mountains appear as an integral part of the garden's backdrop. Or consider a towering ancient tree standing just beyond the garden wall, its branches seeming to reach into and shelter the space within. Shakkei is about expanding the perceived space of the garden, making it feel larger and more expansive than its physical dimensions might suggest. It is a masterful technique that utilizes the existing environment as a design element, drawing upon the beauty that already exists and seamlessly weaving it into the garden's narrative. This approach not only minimizes the need for extensive internal features but also establishes a profound connection between the garden and its larger context. When implementing Shakkei, the design process begins by carefully assessing the existing landscape surrounding the intended garden space. Are there mature trees nearby that can provide a sense of enclosure or verticality? Is there a distant hill or mountain that offers a striking visual focal point? Perhaps a neighboring temple roofline or a winding river can be framed to add intrigue and depth. The key is to identify these existing features and then consciously design the garden's layout, pathways, and even planting arrangements in a way that accentuates and borrows these external views. This might involve carefully positioning structures like tea houses or viewpoints, or creating visual corridors through planting that guide the eye towards the desired borrowed scenery. The goal is to create a harmonious dialogue between the garden and its surroundings, enhancing the beauty of both through their intentional interplay. The principle of Shizen reinforces the adoption of organic shapes and asymmetrical arrangements within the Zen garden. In contrast to rigidly symmetrical or overly manicured garden styles, Shizen encourages the use of natural, unforced forms that mimic the spontaneity of nature itself. Rocks are placed in groupings that appear naturally settled, not precisely ordered. Plants are allowed to grow in a more relaxed, less formally clipped manner. This embrace of asymmetry and organic form is not about neglecting the garden. Rather, it reflects a deeper appreciation for the inherent beauty of imperfection and the dynamic, ever-changing nature of the natural world. Shizen recognizes that true beauty is often found in the untamed, in the subtle variations and irregularities that characterize nature's own designs. Furthermore, the pursuit of Shizen naturally leads to the selection of natural, locally sourced materials. Employing native rocks, gravel, and wood in the garden's construction further enhances the feeling of seamless integration with the environment. Using materials that are already present in the surrounding landscape ensures that the garden feels like a natural extension of its location, rather than an artificial imposition. The texture of these materials also plays a vital role. Rough-hewn stone, smooth river gravel, and the weathered surfaces of natural wood all contribute to a rich tapestry of textures that evoke the tactile qualities of nature. Even the incorporation of moss, encouraged by Shizen, adds a soft, organic texture that further blurs the lines between the garden and the wild. In essence, incorporating Shizen and Shakkei into Zen garden design is about creating spaces that resonate with a deep sense of natural harmony and expansiveness. By embracing naturalness in forms and materials and skillfully borrowing scenery from the surroundings, these principles create gardens that feel open, integrated, and deeply connected to the wider world. The result is a Zen garden that transcends being merely a contained, artificial landscape. It becomes a threshold, a place where the crafted space merges seamlessly with the embracing natural environment, fostering a heightened sense of tranquility and a profound connection to the rhythms and beauty of the world beyond. It is through this artful integration that the Zen garden truly becomes a sanctuary, offering a space for quiet contemplation within the embrace of nature itself. Let us now gather the essence of our exploration. As we've journeyed through the captivating world of Japanese Zen garden design, we've uncovered three guiding principles that illuminate their enduring appeal: the elegant simplicity of Kanso, the evocative symbolism of Karesansui, and the harmonious naturalness of Shizen and Shakkei. Each of these design ideas, while distinct in their approach, converges on a singular purpose: to create spaces that transcend mere visual beauty and offer a sanctuary for the mind and spirit. We have seen how Kanso, through its embrace of minimalism, strips away the unnecessary, allowing the essential to resonate with profound clarity. Karesansui, with its dry landscapes of rock and gravel, teaches us the language of symbolism, inviting contemplation and imaginative engagement with nature's abstract forms. And Shizen and Shakkei remind us of the power of integration, urging us to blend seamlessly with our surroundings, borrowing beauty from the wider world and fostering a sense of natural harmony. These principles, interwoven, reveal the true heart of Zen garden design. It is not simply about arranging rocks and raking gravel. It is about crafting an environment that encourages introspection, fosters a sense of inner peace, and reconnects us with the tranquility of the natural world. The Zen garden, at its core, is a space designed for contemplation, a place to quiet the relentless noise of modern life and listen to the quieter rhythms of our own inner landscape and the world around us. It serves as a reminder that peace is not found in excess or complexity, but often in simplicity, in thoughtful restraint, and in a deep appreciation for the inherent beauty that surrounds us, if only we take the time to truly see it. And so, as we conclude our exploration, consider this an invitation. An invitation to take these ideas, these whispers of Zen tranquility, and weave them into the fabric of your own life and your own spaces. You do not need vast acreage or specialized materials to capture the essence of a Zen garden. Whether it's a corner of your balcony, a small patch in your yard, or even a carefully curated collection of objects on a windowsill, the spirit of the Zen garden can be embodied anywhere. The most crucial element is intention. The intention to create a space that resonates with peace, that encourages stillness, and that reflects your own personal journey towards tranquility. Let the principles of Kanso, Karesansui, and Shizen guide you, but let your own intuition and personal aesthetic be your compass. Experiment with simplicity, explore the language of natural materials, and consider how you might borrow beauty from your own unique surroundings. Remember, the ultimate goal is not to replicate a traditional Japanese garden perfectly, but to cultivate a space that nurtures your own sense of calm and connection. Imagine then, closing your eyes and envisioning that space, a sanctuary of your own making, imbued with the essence of Zen, a place where you can always find a moment of peace, a breath of stillness in the ever-flowing river of life. Let this vision inspire you to create your own tranquil haven, wherever you may be.